All right. Hello, my name is John Grosvenor, and this is my weekly discussion for Research to Advocacy, Week 3. Have I experienced personally or witnessed the power of arts education? For me personally, if you've been in this program, I've written about this a few times that an art educator, an art teacher actually changed my life. Her name was Miss Goodwin. She was my high school art teacher. I was just a kid who liked to draw comic books, and she picked me up, put me together, got me a portfolio, got me a full ride scholarship to a college that I had no financial means to get to. And I want to very much pay that forward as much as I can. This year, it like almost happened. There was a student named Becca. She was a senior. She'd only been in one of my other digital art classes my first year. She was in my digital art two character design, just excelled. She also excelled as a senior in just studio arts. She really has a really um, sophisticated artistic skill level compared to most of the other students we came across. And we're like, hey, you are really adept at this, but she had no plans for school, no plans for higher education at all, and actually no plan at all for anything. So on the success front there, we have got her looking at school. She's enrolled in Sinclair, and she is going to be doing portfolio reviews this summer. We put together a digital portfolio over the summer, so very excited about that. Also, personally, my mural club that I run outside of my digital arts program is an excellent program for arts advocacy and just the success of art. Not so much in the products we make and the murals we make, but just the kids. I have about 80 students in there, and I got like 40 core members, and they are excited and they're engaged and they are hungry for what are we doing next, Mr. D. So that is my personal story. Readings this week that I found influential. The Making the case with the Arts Education Navigator. Arts education will not simply materialize in every school; it will emerge when thoughtful and directed resources at the federal, state, and local levels have been aligned to make it possible. That didn't resonate with me so much that when that happens is when it doesn't. The contrary to that, given the Supreme Court's like big shift in decisions this week, that when those powers align against those things is when art education will dissipate. On tracking of policy and history of legislation, the interview with Tim Katz, where he mentioned that you have to guard against things that were being considered 10 years ago or voted out 15 years ago. And now these things that are working contrary to arts education and arts advocacy are back to haunt us. And having organizations and aligning with organizations that like track that legislation and the history of those things are important because as art educators or practicing artists, we don't have time to do that usually. We just don't have the resources or the bandwidth to do that. So aligning with those is very important. Um, the advocacy white papers I read, what excellent visual art teaching looks like. Excellent visual art teaching combines technology with artistic knowledge and skills. The combination has already transformed the nature as well as the nurture of contemporary visual arts education in and out of the public school. That was a paraphrase of their opening line there. But basically, they said, balanced, interdisciplinary, and meaningful art education is what should be focused on to be successful. Finally, I also wanted to mention the TED Talk with Cindy Foley. I thought was really interesting. I actually recrafted my mission statement for my art department while I wanted. I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. But teaching creativity, three things we said: comfort with ambiguity, idea generation, and transdisciplinary research are what the core things that need to be focused on to make that happen, to make students think like an artist. All right. Thank you very much. Have a super week, and I'll talk to you soon.